Alright, welcome back. One of the most popular Linux-based operating systems in the world, if not the most popular, that is called Ubuntu. This is the new one, the 14.04 Trusty Tar. So the question is, can Windows XP users switch to this? And if you are still using Windows XP, I would like to thank all of you for leaving your passwords out on the porch. Alright, well, this is the brand new Ubuntu, as I stated, 14.04. This one has 5 years support. Now, the new one has many features. I won't go into all of them. Let me just say that as a Windows user, I like dual booting between this and different versions of Linux, and of course, my favorite Windows right now is my favorite being Windows 7. So let me highlight some of my favorite features of this, and hopefully there will be some of yours. This is the default desktop here. I just changed the wallpaper, and you can do that by right-clicking, change desktop background, and you'll have a bunch of choices to choose as you would if you were running Windows. I think I'll keep the wallpaper the way it is, but you have some more here. Well, some of the newer features that are somewhat friendly is the new launcher icon size. Before, you really couldn't go this small, if you see here to the left, or this big. I personally don't need it to go that big or bigger, so let's slide it to about here. Yep, that looks good to me, so I'll leave it there. Let's go to behavior. Something new here is show the menus for a window either in the menu bar, which used to be up here. I believe this is called the global menu, or in the Windows title bar. And let me show you what I mean real quick. If I open Firefox, you see the menu here and the different options, file, edit, view, and so on. Well, before it wasn't here. It would be here at the top at this brown panel bar, which, you know, is somewhat not user friendly. I prefer to have it here in the application itself, but you have a choice to keep it here or move it to the top. And I prefer to keep it here. Another nice feature with this is the click to minimize. Now, this is new. It is not turned on by default. You have to install something called Compass Settings Manager and enable that. It is an unsupported feature, and of course, why would anyone want to make a friendly feature supported, right? Duh. Anyway, that's the other feature there. If we go to the menu here, to the sound menu, go to sound settings, there is an option here to allow louder than 100%. Now, caution, may distort sound, but for some reason, if you're listening to a piece of low quality music or a podcast where the volume is low, you can move it beyond that, but be warned, this may distort the sound or possibly blow out your speakers. And by the way, it says here show menu or show sound volume in the menu bar. You can leave the menu here, leave it there, or not show it at all. I'm not sure why anybody would not want to have this icon there. Anyway, I prefer to leave it on. Alright, well, this is the panel bar here at the top. You know what? Since the global menus aren't there anymore, I'm not sure why we even need this stationary panel bar. It would be nice to have it more customizable. I've mentioned this before. One of the main things I miss is the ability to right-click, as you would, say, in the old Ubuntu or in Linux Mint, Mate, or Ubuntu. I like the ability to right-click and add little shortcuts, applications here to the top. Now, there are, you know, standard shortcuts here, such as the shutdown and time and date, but that, to me, that's really nothing special. So, you know, the panel bar at the top, do we really need it the way it is? I'm not so sure. This bar to the left here, I guess you can compare it to the Windows 7 Super Bar. You can change the pixels, the size of the shortcuts. You cannot move the bar, but you can move the icons, as you see here. And let's go ahead and keep Firefox here to the top. The start button, if you want to call it that, will be the top left. This is called the dash. You can click that and it says search your computer and online sources. I turned off the online sources so I can speed up Ubuntu, as it were. And you can type anything you want. If I type in software, It'll give me some options for software, such as the software updater. Let's go ahead and click that. Now, I already did all the updates here, so there really shouldn't be any more updates to install. But if you just installed this, definitely the first thing you should do is run the software updater and reboot if you have to install all of the proper updates. And yes, my computer is up to date. Let me show you something that I did do to help you speed up your new Ubuntu. If we go to privacy, you can just type in the first 3 letters or whatever, and it should pop up as you see here. Go to search, include online search results. This can be a helpful, cool thing if you so choose to do that. I prefer to leave it off by default for my purposes to make this run a little bit faster. Now, there are many more features here. I'll have a link below to the Ubuntu website if you would like to read up on all the new features. I've been a big fan of Ubuntu really since the pre-Unity days. Unity, which a lot of you seasoned users don't like Unity. I think as a Windows user, I think Unity is great. It's fantastic. I think because it's different than, say, Windows 8 or Windows 7, and certainly different than Windows XP. I was using 12.04. That was the latest or the last 5 years support. This is the new one. So if you are coming from a Windows environment, would like to try something new, make sure you have at least 8 GB of RAM. Very important. Anything less than that, this is probably not going to install and or run very smoothly. But as far as the new Ubuntu 14.04, I think it's great. It's more evolutionary versus, say, revolutionary, more polished, stable. It appears to run a little bit faster. The features that I've showed you, just a few of the features that I showed you, I think are a step in the right direction. There are many more features to this. Again, I will have all the links below in the show notes, including how to switch from XP to Ubuntu. All right, give this an install. I think you will like it. That's it for this. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to support the channel if you can. I am in need of a new test machine since my last one broke. Thank you so much, and the next video I think we will take a look at Ubuntu.